Welcome to Love Them Knives channel, where we love them knives, especially ones that are under, $50, right? Because I'm just like this budget guy, like playing with budget knives. And this one is a budget knife for one and for all. It's not though, it's from We Knives. We Knife. You see that right there? Holy cannolis. What do we got? Okay, come on, wipe off of there. Wepe knife. Okay, so we got to have a We Knife, then we got to have a Wepe, or is it going to be Wepe? Maybe it's Wepe, right? Like, if that's a T, that's Tepe Designs, right? So maybe it's Wepe. It could be. So right now, I don't know, whatever. But I got this from David Chen. He's got his name right here. David Chen. Now, have you ever, camping friend. This is your camping friend. It's the Wepe 737 in D2, stonewash blade, all that. Okay. And I've DM'd David Chen back and forth, and I've talked to some of my other buddies that I DM with, and they picked up some of his designs and this and that, because he's been doing a lot of design work. I mean, just go into like White Mountain Knives and just type David Chen, okay? You'll come up with at least 6 or 7 or 8 different Tucson knives that he has designed, okay? So take a gander at that. But I kept thinking he may have done something for maybe petrified fish, maybe Kubi. I can't remember for sure, so I could be misspeaking. But deep carry pocket clip, nah, no lefty on that one. Lanyard hole, G10, G-Mini, it's G10. But look at this. That's a pretty straightforward looking knife, and it's definitely big enough. Oh, you know what? I kept thinking, I've got a David Chen, and I do. This is the STS 501 in D2 as well. This one's also in D2. David Chen. But I mean, he's done some for for Tucson knives that are also in titanium, etc. But, okay, so there you go. This is just one example. A lot of his design language I like. So he does make a pretty straightforward looking knife, and it's attractive in that way, and it's usable. And this thing, I'll give you the link to his site, and it's wepeknives.com, right? Black G10, green G10 on this camping friend, okay? But look at that. It's $26.99, okay? You may feel a little cheap and nasty for having ordered a knife so inexpensive, but it's D2. It's a David Chen design. You might want to just check it out. Definitely a good carry-around beater. Look at that, 97 millimeter. Now I'll get my tape out. So you're talking 3 3/4 inch, but it does blade, and it does look like that big, right? And so they're saying ball bearings. They're not saying ceramic bearings. But now we're being picky, aren't we? We're being picky. We got one more page here. Not sure why. Oh, well, this is his, this is his Instagram page. That looks like a CMB blade, right? But I don't think he designed that one. But there's some others. There's a Tucson knife he did. But some of these others are just David Chen. But, take a look at his Instagram, etc. So now let's get the tape measure, because we need to kind of take a look and see. Yeah. Well, we got 3 3/4, 97 millimeter all day long, right? There's 100 millimeter down to, where the where the scales start down here, the bolster area, but you know, you got that little choil in there as well, which is kind of nice to have. Little break there. Overall, 8.65. I mean, it's not 8.75, but it's not far off of that at 22 centimeters. So that's a pretty good size knife. And you got a G10, black G10 backspacer. It would have been nice if those screws would have been flat, you know, tapered, if they would have been flush with the scales. Although it seems like there's a lot of space in there to make it over the lip of your pocket regardless. And, you know, this kind of comes up and then kind of levels off. So nothing bad about that. Your lockup, 20%, and you're bragging. Although, you know, that's going to migrate after a while. So you give it long enough and slowly but surely it will migrate. Let me see. Okay. There. Okay. There. Here's your thumb. Not quite over the detent ball. Okay, hold on. Now is it? Okay. No. There we go. That's got to be it. Okay, there we go. Good, good, good. So you got to kind of back up here. Yeah, there you go. Got to kind of back up and let it go like this. Yeah, because it's not real quick over the detent ball. There it is. But it's not, you know, just a little nudge will get it to drop over there. And it's centered, and it's, yeah, I mean, no blade play or anything. So if you saw me just kind of doing this a little bit, that's because it wasn't quite over the detent ball. Back up enough. Now it pretty much just follows you around, okay? So, question is, it's a good size knife. How much does it weigh? Under 5 ounces. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. I was thinking maybe it might be 5.5 or something, but let's say 140 grams. So it's not an ultra lightweight, but then again, it's a good size knife. And okay, we're coming here, so that's okay. Here to here, and then kind of dropping down a little bit. Don't know. It's kind of hitting me right there. So not perfect, although it's not extreme enough to really feel uncomfortable. And let me grab a piece of paper because that kind of is important. Oh yeah, okay. So at least on this particular unit, whoever was sharpening it did a good job. Okay, so it's sharp. That's worth something, right? So here you got steel liners, pretty good little drop, solid, no lock rock or blade play. It's centered. It's, you know, I mean, it's Ganzo-ish, I guess, as far as prices go. I don't recall Ganzo ever making a knife this big, okay? And, oh, you know what? How fat is it in the hand? It's not thin. Yeah, it's not. 13.4. It's a 0.53. So, you know, 0.46 for the paramilitary 2. So 0.53 is pretty good chunk. 13.4, a lot of times you'll be at 11.8 to maybe 12 point something, but 13.4, that's a pretty chunky sole right there. What do we got? Ooh, but we got some action on there, don't we? 3.8 millimeter at 0.15. Wow, hold on, let's just 0.14, 3.7. Yeah, we're up there and we're cleared. Okay. So it started off at close to 4 millimeter blade stock. Okay. So not too shabby. Seems like it slices pretty good if I ever knew how to measure behind the edge appropriately, we could, and if I could visualize it well enough, 0.02 at nothing. Oh, I lost it. I'm sorry. What do we got? Ooh, that's pretty thinny mini, right? 0.3, and that's where we're at. We may be too far upstream on it, right? But yeah, right in there somewhere. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's too fat behind the edge. Okay, I think it's pretty thin behind the edge. Very slicey. And you know what? He's got a bunch of other knives on his site, and I didn't print them out, but you can go to that website, wepknives.com. There's other knives on there, okay? Nothing really high-end, but you know, it's not like he wasn't involved in doing a little bit more high-end stuff in collaboration with other brands. So what may be coming down the pike, I don't know. But I think he's smart for doing something that's really budget-oriented to kind of introduce his designs to the world. And this one in particular, yeah, I like it. You know, it's not quick over the detent. That's my only knock against it, because otherwise it's almost to where it's past you before it's really over it. I mean, no, not quite, no, and there it is, about right in here's the break point. So it's almost past your thumb before it really is gone, like that. You got some jimping here, you got some jimping on the flipper tab around here, okay? So it's not like he passed on that. And the fit and the finish, I mean, they're nested liners in here, and it looks like they're skeletonized. We'll take it apart. But no, I mean, so nested liners, fit and finish, pretty reasonable. It just doesn't seem like there's any real sharp edges or corners, like it was just really like they took shortcuts necessarily. And then, of course, the stonewash blade's not going to have any, you know, problems with it either, because, you know, the stonewashing itself knocks off any of the problems. But the plunge looks relatively symmetrical as well. So I've got no real big issues with it. And here's the box, okay? And then here's the interior, and, you know, it did come in a little plastic, and then in here, there's a microfiber cloth. So you at least get that, and obviously that shouldn't be a big consideration when you're looking at a knife that's no more expensive than this. What do you think? Let's see, what are we gonna do here? Number 8, that was easy. So at least he didn't like get crazy and lock it down real hard with a lot of thread locker. No, this one's good too. I thought I was gonna speak too early. And then, are these? Yeah, these are number 8s as well. Okay, this screw will move. I can't get this one to break loose, and I can see that there's a screw under here. So the only way I can do this is by doing this. And let's see if this will come away and let me take the scale off. Okay, it will. Okay. More than one way to skin a cat. Okay. And I just didn't want to ruin the threads on that, I mean the head on that screw by wiping it out. But I can always put this back in there. Not a problem. Okay. Ceramic detent ball captured pivot. But ceramic detent ball, but not ceramic bearings. Okay. and G10 backspacer, skeletonized liner, and yeah, captured pivot here, right there. Okay, and it gets captured on this side right here. So, and that was pretty easy. Back with the camping friend, whether it's Wepe knives or Wepe knives, I don't know, but this is the camping friend, the WP737 ND2 full-size knife, very inexpensive, and thank goodness this screw came out because I had to get the pocket clip off to release the one underneath, and that wasn't coming because I couldn't get that second pocket screw to release without probably messing it up, and I didn't want to do that. So there's always another way to do that, right? There's always another way in. And captured pivot, you know, nested liners that are skeletonized, ceramic detent, not bad for 26. I'll put the information down below, and you guys, you know what we do. We love them knives, so stay sharp.